What's up, beauty man? It's LeBron the Frog coming at you with another reaction video. The internet will end soon. How soon we talking? Shout out Pursuit of Wonder for making this video. Hey, Pursuit of Wonder. How soon are we to? Well, I'm assuming you explained in the goddamn video. But hey, this has always been an interesting concept. Because I be thinking like, damn, will my great-great-grandchildren or grandchild really be able to see my YouTube videos that happened 100 years in the past in the year 2024? I don't think it's gonna work like that, to be honest with you. I feel like it has to be some type of overhaul or mass overhaul of all of this data that's happening here so they can make space for new data. I don't think that I mean, you can make skyscrapers full of the memory. How do they even hold like servers and stuff? Ain't servers a physical thing? Yeah, it's like big ass computers, right? The whole servers, Google servers and stuff. I don't know. I feel like it's gonna have to be some type of overhaul, or something could happen in this generation that causes them to wipe everything out and cause like some hidden history that's gonna die with our generation on some One Piece shit. Hey, you never know. And I remember they talked about this on Joe Rogan. The dead internet theory. It was something about everything actually doesn't last forever on the internet. Like it's a lot of stuff from 2009, 2010 internet era that got MySpace, for example. My whole MySpace, all my pictures on there, everything. Once they changed the design of the website, the whole everybody's shit just got lost. Like I used to have a MySpace when I was in elementary, bro, 5th grade or 3rd grade. I had the Soulja Boy in the background, and I had that All the Way Turned Up song playing by that boy Roscoe Dash. So it can happen, bro. If the owners of the websites say that it's time to go, it's time to go. All your data is just gone, just like that. That's why it's important to have physical copies. Hey, enough yapping. The internet will end soon. Bye. Pursuit of Wonder. Let's see what go down.
This video is sponsored by the online personal
get
information
your money,
removal
baby.
service.
Get your
on
money.
Tuesday, December 15th, 1970.
I'm interested,
Season 2, Episode 12 aired of the comedy sketch show Monty Python's Flying Circus. The title of the episode was Spam. In the episode, there is a sketch, also titled Spam, in which a husband and wife are lowered on wires into a cafe filled with Vikings. Once sat, the husband and wife ask the waitress about the meals available at the cafe. The waitress proceeds to describe each menu item to the couple.
Hold on, is that a dude?
About the meals available at the cafe.
It is a dude just up in a dress. That ain't no damn woman. I tell you that right there. But there was like comedy back in the day having males, you know, dressed up as females, and everybody found it funny and all of that when they were. I swear every single episode of sitcom back in the day had an episode of the main characters like putting on a dress, but now that's look frowned upon. Shout out that boy Cat Williams. You already know Cat Williams went on a whole rant, and they relate putting on dresses now to kind of like selling your soul type shit, to a sense like you'll do anything for money, like your manhood is gone, you know.
Proceeds to describe each menu item to the couple. Nearly every item has the canned meat, Spam, in it. Some dishes are just Spam with multiple sides of Spam.
I never had Spam before.
Spam, egg, and Spam. One dish is described as. When the woman customer declares that she does not like Spam and she wants a meal without any, the waitress denies her request, and suddenly the Vikings around them begin to sing, Spam, 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 lovely Spam, wonderful Spam. The interaction devolves further and further as the Vikings chants and waitress's screams in support of Spam increase, droning out the conversation into indiscernible absurdity. Then, the sketch essentially ends, and the customer, we can reasonably assume, does not get a meal without Spam in it. Although this Monty Python sketch had nothing to do with media or the internet, it would strangely and powerfully foreshadow forthcoming conditions of media and the internet.
Now let's see, how in the hell is he finna relate or analogize Spam to the current conditions of the internet today? Let me see how you finna do it, baby. Come on!
It will ultimately lead directly to the term Spam being used in internet vernacular.
Oh.
In the context of media and the internet, the term Spam broadly refers to excessive, irrelevant, unwanted, insincere, or repeated communication or content.
Why the fuck, bro? How did I not? God damn it. Spam mail, like spam tweets, like the bots. The reason that I didn't think straight to like internet spam or comment spam is because we kind of repurposed that term, and we went from calling it spam to calling it bots, like bot comments, bot this, bot that, you know?
As a result of the Monty Python sketch, In the 1980s, in early online chat rooms, message boards, and virtual games, users would repeatedly type spam along with other quotes from the Monty Python sketch in order to knock the text of other unwanted users or competitors down and off screen.
That's where the name
and
came
gatekeep
from?
discourse. Around the same time, the term spam would also come to be used to refer to the repeated and excessive posting of the same messages on file and message sharing networks. Of course, it only helps and is all the more fitting that spam, the canned meat, is highly processed and unhealthy, high in calories, fat, and sodium, and low in nutrients. Since the 1980s, media and the internet have, of course, evolved tremendously. Between 1981 and 1989, the number of hosts connected to the internet went from hundreds to hundreds of thousands, with an increase from 80,000 to over 160,000 hosts.
I know it's crazy because our parents, like my parents was born in the 60s, or the late 60s. They ain't that old now. Come on now, late 60s. So they was here before the advent of the internet. I know when the internet was first catching on and becoming a thing, I know that shit blew their minds. They was like, bro, we are in the future.
1989 alone. Also in 1989, the World Wide Web was created, which, for the first time, made digital content easily reachable and shareable for the average consumer.
Changed the world forever.
By the mid-1990s, there were over 100,000 websites on the web. Around 40% of American households owned a computer, which was just 15% a couple years prior. Suddenly, new opportunities for connection and creativity abounded. For the first time in history, individuals could easily message people across the world in chats, publish and share their art and homemade videos, create digital profiles in digital stores, purchase and download things like movies and books, order physical goods to be delivered to their home, and innumerable other unbelievable and world-changing acts.
Hey, and it happened just like that. You see how the screen is going by real quick? At first, he was in the 80s a while ago. Now, all of a sudden, boom. Boom, this happening, that happening, that's happening, that's happening. Now everybody got a computer and they whole tight shit. And now we already in the 90s. That's how fast shit just progressed. The technology just progressed. I remember a quote, they said that civilization, population-wise, you remember that last video I watched? Population-wise, we have increased like in the past 10 years or 20 years, like faster than the whole human population combined. The whole human race existence combined. Something like that, goddammit. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Now, as of 2024, it's estimated that around 70% of the global population owns a smartphone.
Oh, yeah.
That's roughly 5 billion people. It's also now estimated that there are well over 1 billion websites, and the average person currently spends around 6 hours and 35 minutes online every day.
Let me check my phone time real quick. It say 6 hours and 35 minutes online every day. Let me check my screen time. My daily average. Oh, yeah. How much would he say the average?
Currently spends around 6 hours and 35 minutes online.
My daily average is 6 hours and 47 minutes, which was down 11% from last week. Here my daily average right here, 6 hours, 47 minutes. Majority time I spend on Twitter and TikTok, TikTok, and Instagram. That's like the majority of my time right there.
Every day. Needless to say, the internet and internet devices have fully consumed us, and the conditions of the internet are crucially important to the human experience. Of course, along with new opportunities for the distribution of enriching things on the internet, so too have new opportunities for the distribution of problems and hazardous content evolved on the internet.
Yeah.
One of which is spam and spam-like media. For the sake of clarity, spam and spam-like media here includes anything from unwanted emails all the way to digital content that unreasonably exploits platform algorithms, automation, and/or excessive posting.
And I don't even see the point. Like, do bots even make money from leaving spam comments on Twitter and all of that? Who really is dumb enough to click on those links? I'm sure that don't make money. So it's like, what's the point of making it? Who is making it?
Often for the sole purpose of views and engagement. The problem of spam might appear somewhat trivial at first, especially when considered against much darker activities and possibilities on the internet. But the increasing development and thriving of spam-like media points to a deep, holistic problem about the current architecture and future of the internet and humanity at large. The internet, in its current form, does not merely have spam on the menu. The menu is, in many ways, increasingly that of the Monty Python Cafe. All menu items on offer seem to contain spam in some form.
Yeah.
And worse, our palates seem to be increasingly burnt and numb by this
Yeah?
to actually desire it, to enjoy less and less of the nuanced flavors that we previously...
Whoa. What are you talking about now? What are you talking about desire? He must be finna link this to, like, content maybe, or like, what do they call it? Brain dead content? Right? Is that the phrase for, like, the stuff that the kids like today? Internet is targeting our kids for real, bro. When I have a kid, bro, they don't know if I'm gonna get him no phone or tablet. I ain't get my first phone until I was in 6th grade. I'm scared to let my kids on the internet this present day.
He did. As both creators and consumers of media, many of us seem to want quicker, easier, and more processed content, which often doesn't challenge or require much of us, and we are increasingly willing to ignore the intentions and consequences of said content. Inspired and led by philanthropic beasts, herds of Viking creators chase watch time as audiences welcome the pillaging with eager eyes.
Hey,
there's a theory about the internet that has recently garnered increasing notoriety, largely as a result of the mainstream introduction and popularization.
Why did I not think of AI being factored into all of this as why the internet will end soon? I forgot about AI. That's a whole new ball game. And it's crazy. AI was invented while you know how I was just talking about how my parents lived life before the internet? We can say that we lived life before AI and this chat GPT stuff. College students be using this to like cheat on, make assignments or like do art projects and shit. I say, man, I wish chat GPT did exist when I was in college. That shit didn't exist when I was in college. I for sure would have been using it for reference for some of my projects and stuff.
Of generative AI. The theory is known as the dead internet theory.
All right, let's get it.
The origins of the theory primarily trace back to an anonymous thread created in 2021 on the Agora Roads Macintosh Cafe forum.
Whoa, I did not know that it was that recent, 2021. Bro, I remember 2021. That was 3 years ago. You feel me?
Origins, specifics, and conspiratorial nature are rather questionable, but the broad sentiment, at least now,
did they just say that of an old F word? My background is that of an old F word. I don't know if I can say that word without getting demonetized. And then it say, in the 30s, you remember 4chan? Yeah, I'm scared of 4chan. I heard, don't it be like a lot of gore? It's like the Wild Wild West over there. That's what I thought Reddit was. I thought Reddit was what 4chan was. Look at this. When Korn was in obscure interest. Yeah, hey, man. He's a lot of these people who be chronically online is mentally ill, bro. Y'all remember those videos we watched of those two sons who had ended up off in their whole family and stuff because they was depressed and they typed it all in on Reddit? Hey, man, don't let your kids access the internet, man. Put some real child locks on their stuff.
Rather questionable, but the broad sentiment, at least now, feels somewhat valid. Putting aside the conspiratorial and paranoid claims of the theory, most broadly, the theory suggests that most online activity is fake in some way, either bot activity or AI-generated content created and curated by algorithms.
Okay. Because
of this, according to the theory, the internet, as a source of unbridled human activity and flourishing, died somewhere around the year 2016. In that same year of 2016, a cybersecurity company by the name of Imperva in fact did find that bots, or software applications that perform automated tasks without human intervention, accounted for over half of all online activity.
What?
They also found that around 30% of website visits likely came from bad bots or programs designed to carry out harmful actions like theft and hacking.
I believe
The other roughly 20% of bots, however, were found to be good bots, or bots that help monitor and upkeep aspects of the internet. This was nearly 10 years ago. We can more than reasonably assume that those numbers have gone up since then.
Yeah.
Of course, these percentages include the entire internet in all corners and pockets, so it's not necessarily the case that the majority of the content and websites you personally consume and visit are fake.
That's what I was just finna say, because I watch a lot of human creators on YouTube. I don't really watch too many. Actually, on my main channel, y'all remember I told y'all that I just started reacting to mainly AI generated as well, I'm pretty sure the man behind the channel is a actual human, but he got like use AI voice in chat GPT script or whatever in like video. I don't know, but I react to those just so I wouldn't get a copyright strike, because if I be reacting to like a human content about football stuff, they be copyright striking my ass. So I'm like, man, I'm gonna just react to the AI shit then. Jeez.
Assuming you engage in reasonably well curated and stable websites and platforms. But the point is, no matter who you are, how savvy you are, and what you do on the internet, there is no avoiding fake content and fake traffic, and even more so, there is certainly no avoiding spam-like content. This year, in 2024, Jack Conte, the founder and CEO of the creator monetization platform Patreon,
Ooh.
gave a keynote at the conference
My boy, hey, shout out that boy for making Patreon.
by Southwest, titled Death of the Follower and the Future of Creativity on the Web. The focus of his presentation was primarily on the development and effects of algorithmic feeds on social media and content distribution platforms. Specifically, Conte's art
missed it,
feeds
hold on.
on social media and content distribution
Posts from creators I follow.
platforms.
Oh, and
Specifically,
then
Conte's argument is that
this is
major platforms like YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok have moved primarily into algorithmic ranking-based content distribution feeds
Yeah.
and away from follow-based feeds.
facts, 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 facts. Preach, man. Preach. A lot of people on TikTok, a lot of TikTok creators be complaining about this, bro. The TikTok really be hoeing folk. I'm glad that I built the following off YouTube. I originally was on TikTok, but the reason I had quit TikTok and started the YouTube was because people was just stealing my skits and stuff. I used to make skits. People was stealing it and the audience didn't care. I was like, bro, he just stole my shit word for word, bar for bar. And they in the comments like, well, that's just how TikTok goes. I'm like, man, fuck that. I'm going to YouTube, bro. But yeah, TikTok creators, the algorithm, especially follow, they never, if you don't click on that following tab, bro, you not gonna see nothing from people you follow. Even I follow my homeboy, Lil Earl, he made that for the back, for the back, for the back, for the back, for the back. And she go into and she twerk. Yeah, I know you heard those songs. And I was following him when I used to go on my follower tab, I would never see him. I don't know about YouTube. I see my subscriptions. I be hearing YouTubers complain about people, they videos not popping up in their subscribers boxes too. So I don't know, it could be happening to me. Like I got 130,000 subscribers. I'm only averaging about 7K views, bro, on my main channel. Hey, maybe I just fell off. I don't know.
In other words, internet content is distributed based on computer algorithms that rank content using metrics of engagement like watch time, and not based on people selectively and intentionally curating what is shown to them based on who they follow or subscribe to. As a result, according to Conte, this has caused content creators and their audiences to become increasingly pulled apart. In my opinion, Conte says, the follow is not some handy feature of a social network. The follow is foundational architecture for human creativity and organization. With the follow becoming less central to content distribution, content creators increasingly need to create for an algorithm rather than for a clear audience or fan base. Conte says, for the first time since Web 2.0, my followers might not necessarily see my posts, and the idea of a subscription started to break down. If a person doesn't receive the thing I make, it's not really a direct true connection between a creator and their fans. It's not really a subscription. The channel of distribution is broken, and it creates another problem too around creative freedom, because now suddenly my post has to be better than the other posts according to a set of criteria that I don't know or have control of, or even agree.
Hey, Patreon creator, that man is baking right now, bro. If you really want to make it as a content creator eventually, bro, you gotta do something that you know go hit the algorithm. It ain't even about what you want to do no more. It's about what you have to do to stay afloat.
Agree with. So instead of thinking, what do I want to make? What lights me up? What is the output that I want to create as an artist?
It's about, damn, what's gonna get me out there? What's gonna get people watching? What's gonna make me money? That's all that. It ain't about what you like. When some people be like, go to college and do what you love. No, it ain't about doing what you love. Doing what you love ain't gonna get you paid, man. That's why I'm glad that I'm still trying to make it as a content creator. But if I finally make it, bro, that's why I'll be happy, because I'm actually doing something that I love, like just making videos, talking to the camera and stuff like that, playing games and all of that, going to football games, football matches. But, bro, if it just reached a time to where that's low-key how I be feeling about reaction, like football reactions over there. I told y'all on my Q&A, like plenty times and times again, if you look at my Q&A video on my main channel, I said I ain't gonna be doing reactions too much longer. That was in 2021, bro. Reactions was never my intention on how to blow up. I had all types of ideas that I wanted to do, but I feel like YouTube and doing reactions just completely killed my creativity, bro. I used to have all types of creative video ass ideas, but I make it, come out with it, it don't get views, and I gotta box myself back in with this reaction shit, because that's what hits the algorithm, and that's what people just want to watch. You feel me? Hey.
Will my
You know.
fans love? Instead of thinking about those questions, now, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, what will the ranking algorithm favor?
Yes.
And that, subconsciously or consciously, changes my creative output to
Yes.
achieve the platform's goals,
Yes.
not my goals as a creator.
Yes. Like when I first started my YouTube, did y'all really think I was like, oh, I want to be a YouTube reactor? Hell no. I had other plans. But like I say, every time I branch out, video doesn't do good, so I gotta go back to what pays the bills. Gotta go back to the reactions, man. Pander to the algorithm, bro.
The primary goal for almost all social media platforms is to make money. The primary means of achieving this goal for most platforms is through advertising revenue. And the primary means of generating, sustaining, and growing ad revenue is by attracting as many users to the platform and then keeping users on the platform as long as possible. At the scale of major social media platforms, algorithmic-based ranking feeds seems to achieve this the best. As a result, algorithms have increasingly taken control over what we see and the direction in which online media and content goes. We are thus being increasingly led by these algorithms with no clear aim in terms of benefit to the individual or culture at large. The cause and end game are merely profitability. Of course, algorithms are not inherently bad, and they could provide great opportunities for things like discoverability for creators and consumers.
Yeah?
Furthermore, pursuing watch time and algorithms isn't inherently always bad either, as it can be useful for improving one's work.
Yeah, I never really thought as the algorithm as being a bad thing, especially because it shapes around what you watch, what you personally want to watch and stuff. But now that I think about it and put some thought in my head, you know what's crazy? Propaganda is a fool now. Because the CEOs, whoever one of these sites, you see what they want you to see, and you don't even realize that they pipe you this certain content, and this all you seeing, and now it's persuading your views and persuading your perspective because that's what they want you to see. They just piping it to you. It is the internet, boy. Ooh, back then propaganda used to be posters on the wall. That hoe used to be, you had to turn on the radio to hear somebody talk, or you had to go to the block to see somebody speak. Boy, propaganda, you open Twitter right now, it's propaganda, goddammit. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, all of that.
But a major problem is, under these conditions,
What the hell is that?
one of the forms of media and content that prospers is either full-on spam or media that has a flavor of spam to it. In order to appease algorithms and either forge or maintain a
Look at that.
career and social relevancy.
Look at that. That's the
in order to
YouTube cookie
appease
cutter stuff, but it works. You can't blame them. 50 YouTubers fight for $1 million. This is Mr. Beast. Hey, shout out Mr. Beast, bro. He got live ass videos. But it's just like the robotic ass, like just the cookie cutter ass YouTube thumbnails. Everybody's like, in 10 minutes, this room will explode. You feel me?
Algorithms and either forge
Shout out
or
Mr. Beast,
maintain a
though.
career and social relevancy, creators might change their content format, category, or topics from what they are primarily interested in to what's popular and what
To what's
works.
popular.
Often
Yeah, that's
leading
what
to
you gotta do though. And like he's saying, it's all because that's what you had to do. You ain't had to do that back in the day. Back in the day, boys did what they liked, did they little skits. You had Fred, you had Nigga Higa, you had Caleb Jumba, you had Happy Slip, you had all them folks. They did it for the love of the game. Feel me? Even I was making videos. I was making wrestling figure videos for the love of the game. Now, gotta pay them bills, bro.
blatant copying, repetitiveness, redundancy, dumbing down, carelessness, or excessively frequent posting. Otherwise, they might risk inevitably being overlooked by the algorithms and forgotten by anyone who is not in their most core audience.
Preach, brother, man. Preach. This nigga is preaching right now, man. Let me drop him a subscription, bro. Let me quit playing. Let me subscribe to Pursuit of Wonder. Oh yeah, this man is preaching. Lord Jesus. God damn.
These problems of fake traffic, algorithmic disconnect, and spam media have only become increasingly worse with the introduction and mainstream use of generative AI.
Yep.
Now, AI models can message humans in chats and message other AI models, create digital art and video content, create and manage digital profiles in stores, determine and execute purchases and economic decisions, as well as innumerable other unbelievable and world-changing acts. But now, humans are less and less involved. Hence, the internet is, at least in the way it once was, dead.
Okay.
In its wake, a new sort of internet
So that's
is
what he
emerging.
meant.
What this new form will ultimately become, how it will feel, what help and harm, positives and negatives it might cause, will only be known in time.
So the charming, and he mean like the charming human internet run that I say human internet run, the charming human run internet that we knew and loved growing up when it was just about good vibes, like emails. Me and my family used to send each other emails of like cute dogs and funny animal videos and shit like that. Now it is involved and it's sad, but I'm a part of it. I can't even sit here and say it's sad. I'm a part of it. Just pushing out just stuff just to get paid. Everybody wants to get paid, bro. That's the name of the game. Get paid, fool. Make money. Back in the day, it wasn't about that. It was for the love. Just the joy of it. Hobbies and stuff.
What does appear to be certain is that AI is only going to get better, and the problems of disconnection, fakeness, and spam-like media are only going to get worse.
Yeah.
Of course, generative AI is not all bad, and there are countless great applications for it, both currently and foreseeably. But if we are not careful, more than anything else, our digital diets will continue to become unhealthier and unhealthier.
Facts.
It will be increasingly difficult to hear and make sense of anything, to want to hear and make sense of anything, to find and get what we want to order.
Yeah, I'm already to that desensitized point. Like, desensitized point. There is literally nothing on YouTube that I want to watch anymore. There is no. It's like literally, I don't even enjoy playing the game no more, bro. I was telling my girl that it's like, bro, it is just hard to find something to where I can just chill. I don't watch movies. I watch TV series. I'm watching a couple of TV series right now when it comes out and drops. But it's like I used to have comfort shows that I watch or comfort movies. Like in college, I used to watch Black Panther all the time. That was my comfort movie. Or I should just play the game. There is not a single game out right now that I can just play more than 10 minutes. Like, it is sad, bro. Maybe it's just as part of me growing up. Or maybe I'm just so desensitized from everything because of like the overload shit that I see on the internet. It's just depressing, man.
Hopefully, in time, there will be reasonable regulations around AI and internet media. Hopefully, new technologies will also help mitigate against some of the existing and forthcoming problems and execute effectively on reasonable policies and cultural expectations. If history is to be considered, it seems that this is certainly on the table of possibilities. But of course, if history is to be considered, regulations and new technologies designed to restrain bad actors and bad technologies are always, at least a little, behind the people and technologies they are designed to catch.
My bad, I was reading the books. I was saying they really got books like these and it look this old? Because I see United States is on here and shit.
But of course, if history is to be considered, regulations and new technologies designed to restrain bad actors and bad technologies are always, at least a little, behind the people and technologies they are designed to catch. Perhaps in some sense, at least for now, it is up to us, creators and consumers of content, founders and users of platforms. There is a famous saying that we are the average of the 5 people we spend the most time with. A more up-to-date version of this might be that we are the average of the 5 creators and 5 content categories we spend the most time on the internet consuming.
These days, because content creators influence the youth so much, influence generations so much, literally when it comes to slang, personality, all of that, and it's scary. Like he say, back in the day, it was you were the average of the 5 people. That's how I was when I was in high school. Like, you know, that's how who molded me who I am today. My boys, my homeboys in the drumline, we all molded each other type shit. But now these days with these kids, more online, more centric, they getting molded by who they watch.
Arguably, now and into the future, making decisions about what we do and engage with on the internet will be as crucial as the decisions we make regarding our friends and associates. Of course, in some sense, this has always been the case, and determining what media we consume has always been crucial. But crucial is a spectrum, and now it is highly. Ultimately, who cares if the dead
highly
internet
what?
did? It is highly.
And now.
But crucial is a spectrum, and now it is highly. Ultimately, who cares if the dead internet theory is true or not? Who cares if the old internet is dead or not? What matters, arguably, is whether we can and will sustain what matters in new ways in the new conditions of the world and technology. And what matters is what matters to us, our humanity at its truest and deepest levels. As humans, We want to
That's a
create,
beautiful scene right
communicate,
there,
and
bro.
connect with each other,
Where that flower
unabridged
bloom.
and unbridled. We want reasonably healthy and sustainable relationships with others, with ourselves, and with the networks of the world, both physical and digital. We want honesty, we want genuineness, we want symbiosis, we want prosperity. The internet is and can still be a place where this
can.
happens.
But it's not going to
Of
be.
course, there will always be the spam cafes, and spam will likely find its way on most menus, and most of us will likely indulge in it on occasion. But like everything else, with discipline, hope, and effort, we can still eat healthy diets. We can still build beautiful restaurants, and
Preach.
eateries, and communities with
Preach.
minimal spam on the menus. We can still break bread together in meaningful ways. In the words of Conti, the hardest lesson I have learned as a creative person and as an operator and CEO over the last 10 years is to know and trust what I want and to be true to that over time. It's easier said than done, but don't let somebody else tell you what you
Ooh,
want,
I need that.
because then you'll end up with what they want.
Oh, boy, it's a lot of tough ass quotes. Let me write that in my notes. I got a note full of quotes. Let me write that down, man. Actually, I think I can use the voice command. Because, I have an iPhone. Don't let somebody else tell you what you want, because then you'll end up with what they want instead of what you want. Yeah, there it is. It's in my quotes just like that. I'm finna start all that. It's so lazy speaking into it instead of just typing.
Somebody else tell you what you want, because then you'll end up with
Damn,
what
I'm
they
gonna start
want
using that.
instead of what you want.
I like that quote, bro. Just realize what
On a
you
somewhat
want
more
and
direct,
set out.
hazardous level, one problem area where spam inevitably shows up for all of us is junk messages.
Yeah.
Emails, robocalls, texts, physical mail, and so on. This sort of spam, however, is not just annoying and bad tasting, but it can actually be dangerous. It can lead not only to relentless junk mail, but also to parties knowing sensitive information about you, which can lead to things like identity theft, scams, stalking, or harassment. That's why this video sponsor, Incogni,
Hey,
a personal
shout out that
information
boy
remove.
Pursuit
Better
of
good
Wonder.
news. Incogni makes
Hey, shout out Pursuit of Wonder. Great ass video. Hey, everybody get that boy a hand clap of praise, man. Give a hand clap of praise. What a great ass video. Dead internet theory. They say the internet as we know it is dead. It's the AI's internet now. I didn't know they was going that way with it. I thought they was gonna take it to the direction in the future of like how different the internet. Well, this kind of do lead to the future, but I'm talking about like 90 years in the future. Will our kids be able to be on the internet that we was on type shit? And obviously not, because AI is taking over, and I'm pretty sure all our shit will be wiped out eventually for space or something. I don't know. But hey, great ass video. Like I said, the internet will end soon. Hey, I'm out.